everyone, welcome to my channel and thank you for taking the time to watch this video. So today I wanted to do a review of a book rather than a tarot deck, and the book that I've chosen to do is called The Tarot Directory, and it's by Annie Lionnet. Now I thought I'd do a book because a lot of people have written and said where can they find information about the tarot cards, the little white books not being very adequate in a lot of the tarot decks, and people are looking for something that they can refer to find information about the cards. Sometimes the decks don't come with little white books or information about the cards that is not very adequate. So having a little bit of a reference book that you can go back to and just enhance whatever information that is given to you in the little white books, or even just use the book as a good reading tool so that you can just keep tabs on whatever the tarot card is about. So learning a lot more about the card itself by reading a book is very important, and it just broadens your horizons, broadens your knowledge, and allows you to see the cards in a different light. Now the book I found was very I thought this was a pretty good book, and it's a good reference book. So just to keep, you don't have to read it from cover to cover and completely consume the whole book. But whenever you need it, or whenever you get stuck in a particular situation, it's always good to have a reference book. I think the internet doesn't give you that much of information, and books are the best way to go to keep that information and have a stable kind of resource that you can use whenever you have problems. And this tarot directory is very good. Now I chose this book for myself really simply because it isn't a book that deals with a particular deck. So it covers a whole lot of decks. It's quite versatile because it looks at very many different tarot decks and tells you all the differences between the decks, so you can make choices about, you don't have to stick to just the Rider-Waite deck. You can use a whole lot of decks, and also it gives you a universal global kind of meaning for each card. And it comes in a very nice hardcover book, and comes with a nice hardcover, and it's it won't get dirty, it won't get bent, and you can keep it for very many years. And what I like about it, it's got this quick reference tabs at the on the edge that are very color coordinated, so it makes it very easy. It's almost like a directory, or it is a directory rather, but it makes it very easy to get to the pages that you want to. So it's very beautifully, it's a very beautiful deck. And I told you it's been done by Annie Lionnet, and I think it's extremely well worth buying this particular book. And she's the person who's done a lot of astrology, so there's some astrology that crops up in this book as well. So you've got that nice little cover over there, and I'll just show you the book very quickly. What it does is it gives you a little beginning page on how to actually use the deck itself. What I love about this book is that it's got lovely color pictures, so you won't get bored, and you certainly won't fall asleep reading this particular book because it's really very well done. It shows you all the different kinds of decks, all the different kinds of influences of the tarot, so it gives you a nice little history about whatever's been going on, and how to actually start looking at the cards from a different perspective really. So tarot's got a nice history, so this gives you a good input, or a good basis for when you start off reading the tarot. So it starts off with this tarot basics over here. It gives you the history and symbolism of the actual decks, and what has been going on, and what happens within ourselves, and how to actually look at the cards and read the cards. It takes the hangman and shows you all the different ways in which the hangman can be presented, the different kinds of towers that you have. Then it goes through the major arcana cards, so it gives you all the meanings of the cards, gives you different pictures about what to look for within that, and gives you a really nice global symbolism about all these different decks or different cards within the decks, so that you can use almost any deck once you have this particular book, because you have a good idea about how to read it. So you're not limited to any particular deck, and it gives you those color pictures nicely, very nicely done in color. It gives you the symbolism and interpretation of what is going on. And it also gives you keywords at the bottom over here about what the meanings of the cards are. So that is extremely good. Also, it takes the card itself and tells you, points to certain things within the card itself, highlights those particular facts within the card to tell you exactly what to look for when you're looking for meanings within the card. So, this is very, very important. It's nice to have a book that is very global, very universal, and also covers many decks. You want to get as much as you can out of a book without having to read 101 different books to get the same kind of thing. So there's a lot of information that goes on within this. So it tackles all the major arcana cards, giving you all the meanings for that. Oops. Then it goes into the minor arcana, and you can see so at the end of the major arcana, it gives you all the meanings at a glance as well. So it gives you a nice little table that you can look at very quickly for quick reference. Then it goes into the minor arcana, and it does the same with the minor arcana, where it goes through each and every card, giving you the symbolism and the interpretation of it. And that's all the way to the end of the minor arcana. And then at the end of it, it gives you the minor arcana at a glance. So it tells, it shows you what the minor arcana is, and it gives you the ability to get to that particular page or that particular, this is on the Rider-Waite deck, and it will give you each card, at a glance. So very quick access as well coming in for you. Then it talks about the reading itself and about how to set up for a reading, preparing for a reading, and all the different paraphernalia that you can use, and how you'd go about speaking to the person, and how you should start reading for friends first. And then it does a few case histories as well, so telling you about the different kinds of spreads and what it starts going through some of the spreads as well. So it gives you, let's go from the beginning. It gives you the Celtic cross spread. Then it will give you an actual reading itself and what to look for in the reading. So it lays it out, tells you what the cards are, what each meaning of the card is in that particular position, and then tells you how to actually do the reading. So you can start off with a very basic 3-card spread over here and look at what it means, look at the case history, and then start doing your readings. So this is a horoscope spread for the 12 months, a yearly spread. You've got the triangle spread over here and the case history as well. The star spread over here. So a lot of different kinds of spreads, but also case histories to make it more clear and to bring it all home for you. So an extremely good book, and then it gives you some really useful websites at the end, and different books that you can actually use or buy to enhance this particular book itself. So enhance your readings and also expand your readings. It also tells you, like the websites, giving you different websites that you can visit so that you can get better information about tarot and how to use the tarot, how to read it, so that you're not just confined to buying books, but you can get free information off the internet and learn how to use the tarot. So this is a very, very good book to get, and I think it's a very, very quick reference, and it's something that you'll keep for years, and you will use. This is something that you definitely will use. I refer to it quite often, and I love the way they give the meanings and the symbolism as well. So if I'm having a little bit of problems, and I can't really find solutions to it on the internet, I generally go and take out my tarot directory, and I think any tarot reader ought to have a tarot directory or some kind of reference book that you can keep. You don't have to read it, like I said, you don't have to learn it from cover to cover, but you definitely need to keep it so that you can refer to it whenever you have any kind of problem, or any kind of, you're trying to find the answers to things, to some kind of symbolism. This is a very, very good book to get. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and I hope you get this book. This is something that will really enhance your tarot readings. Now I will put in links to Amazon and eBay in the description box, so please try and get a hold of this book. And don't forget to like, share, subscribe, leave me some comments if you found this video to be pretty helpful. And thank you so much for watching. Take care now. Goodbye.